Y'all really let the guy that does all this talking get his own podcast? Get it together, man. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Maul, with another episode of Get It Together with Big Maul. Let's do it. Man, hope y'all been all right, man. Hope y'all been staying cool. I am looking at the index right now. It says 105. And I'm not going to lie. 105. Wow, that's crazy. Wow. I'm not going to lie. It definitely feels that way. That is hot. And it's not even officially summer yet. You know, we got like 10 more days or so, or 11 more days. Man, it's hot. Okay. But yeah, I hope y'all staying cool. I hope y'all doing well. And hope all things are falling into place for you. And if it's not falling into place right now, it will. It's coming. Just keep your head up. Let's talk about it, man. Look, so a lot of people aren't aware that this month is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. A lot of people don't know that. And that is sad. That is crazy. That is upsetting because, you know, I don't want to take anything away from women. I have to throw this disclaimer out there, but I don't want to take anything away from women for Mother's Day and just from women in general, what they have to put their bodies through as far as like hormonal changes and going through puberty and you know, having kids and going through all these body changes and all of those things that women have to go through that us men don't, and we will never even be able to relate on certain levels and certain things as far as women goes. But as a active father, as a loving father, as a stand-up man, I generally do feel like the right men don't get enough. We don't get enough recognition. You know, we don't get enough recognition. You know, we are talked about a lot more for what we don't do and what we don't provide. You know, all of the men that don't get, or that all of the men that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, they get more attention shined on them instead of the ones that are doing what they're supposed to do should be getting celebrated. You know, and I definitely throw myself in that category because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm taking care of my family, I'm taking care of my daughter, and I'm doing the right things as a man as far as representing my family, representing myself, and just walking the walk and talking the talk, and every day just putting one foot in front of the other, man, trying to lead my family and just do great things. And especially being a father, my God, you know, especially being a father and just being the best that I can be in that aspect as well. We don't get enough praise. We're not celebrated enough. But I'm not here to talk about the fact that we're not giving our flowers enough. I'm not here to talk about that. I am here to talk about Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, man. Like, this is something that I'm truly invested in because I am big on mental health, especially with our men, because being a man, I can definitely relate to feeling as if, you know, I'm not good enough, and if I do fail, if I get fired, or if something comes up that I can't immediately pay for, and all those different things, you feel less than a man. Even if you let your anger, your emotions get the best of you. I said emotions. Your emotions. when we let our emotions get the best of us, we feel like less than a man. And no, we shouldn't, but we do. And, you know, that's not a good thing. But we as men are so hard about ourselves. I read an article from the Columbus Dispatch that I want to paraphrase just a little bit. So I'm gonna read a little something from this article. Why men don't speak out about mental health. Men are less likely to openly discuss mental health issues and seek help than women due to social norms, reluctance, and belittlement from others. Whew. And these stigmas have a significant impact on males, according to the ADAA. Men often face pressure to quote unquote man up when speaking out about mental health issues, and it is seen as a form of weakness or not manly. Okay, I want to pause right there. That is it. Men are afraid to open up because we are afraid that we will be viewed as weak and not manly. As men, I feel like the world, and even some of us men, view ourselves as having to be stoic, having to show no emotion, having to always have your chest out, your shoulders relaxed, and your head high at all times, and nothing is supposed to faze you. You are not supposed to cry. You are not supposed to feel any negative way. You're not supposed to feel sorrow and especially cry or get mad. But that is not true. That is not true. And for the women that get on these podcasts or do interviews and do all these things and say they don't want their man to be crying, or they don't want their man to have a day where he feels like he needs to talk about how he's feeling and just checking in with his self. They don't want that because he's a weakling. That is so untrue. And men, please don't listen to that. And if there is a woman that you have had your eye on, and you want to take it further, you want to approach that woman and you want to date them or whatever the case, you find out that they're that type of woman, run away, go the other way. Let me continue. A man's journey toward mental health may also be influenced by factors such as culture, fatherhood, race, socioeconomic level, the ADAA reports. Approximately 1 in 10 men experience depression or anxiety, yet fewer than half of them receive treatment, and each year 4 times more men commit suicide than women. Wow. Major mental health problems affecting men. According to Mental Health America, there are more than 150 million men in America. 6 million men suffer from depression each year, and it often goes undiagnosed. I even talked about that on my TikTok. Depression is one of the most common mental illnesses in the United States, according to a USA Today report on mental health statistics. Yo, that is crazy. Studies show that low levels of testosterone, especially among older men, are correlated to depression, stress, and mood swings. Many men with depression overlook fatigue, irritability, and or loss of interest in work or hobbies as signs of depression. More than 19 million Americans struggle with anxiety, and over 3 million men have a panic disorder and other phobias, Mental Health America reports. And it can even start in the onset for bipolar disorder in men are between the ages of 16 and 25. That is young. It's over 2 million being affected by bipolar disorder. That's crazy. And I just want to read this last. Also, 90% of Americans diagnosed with schizophrenia by the age of 30 are men. One of the leading causes of disability. Man, we cannot be afraid to open up. We cannot be afraid to open up. I don't know how many listeners are men, and I don't know how many of the listeners that are men had fathers growing up, whether they had their biological father or a stepfather or, a father figure in their life to show them and to teach them that as a man, you can open up. And as a man, you can feel the same way women feel as far as sadness and, stress and sorrow and cry and, I don't know, but myself, I did not have a father, nor did I have a father figure in my life. So therefore, I living with my mom and grandma, living with 2 women, and being surrounded by the majority of women in my family, I am soft by nature, and I identify with emotions by nature because, like I said, I grew up around women. I grew up around my mom and my grandma and my aunts. So I know I know what emotions feel like, and I can see, and I have dealt with my own things, just coming up. And as a man, I started at some point in my life. I'm 30 now, and at some point in my life, before I hit 30 on my journey, I was definitely a victim of social media trying to force us to think, us men, when I say us, I mean men, forcing us to think that we cannot, we are not men if we get angry or if we get upset and cry, or if we lose a job and we are no longer being able to support our family in the ways that we were once were doing, that we are no longer a man. Like, I fell victim to that trap. I fell victim to that because I don't know why, but I felt as if these people knew what they were talking about because they had a microphone in front of them. They were on TV, and, they were some type of public figure. So I just felt like, he or she is a public figure. They know what they're talking about because they're on stage or they're in the studio and they have this mic and they are being interviewed, and I should be listening to them because I'm just a guy that works 9 to 5. I don't know anything about this. And I fell victim to that belief system. Totally wrong. So my brain was always wired. When I lost a job, I'm not a man anymore. I can't pay this bill when it's due, or if I have to scrap up money, or I have to ask someone to borrow money, I felt like, you know what, I'm not a man, because a man is taking care of his family. And it took me so long to get out of that mental state that I was in, and I started feeling like a man can't open up to anybody. A man is supposed to never show what he's going through. If you feel it, you feel it, but you better not show it. You better not be out here crying. You better not be out here especially telling another woman. You better not be telling, this woman that you're dealing with what you're dealing with and you're feeling the way you're feeling. You better not. She's going to think you're weak. She's going to think that you are a woman, and that's no shade to women, but she's going to start thinking that she's dating another woman, She's not going to feel safe with you. That was definitely my way of thinking. I got to get up on game, and these are all thoughts that I was dealing with while I was in a relationship that I'm in now. I was dealing with this and never talked about it. And with me not talking about it, I started going through depression. I started having anxiety. I started, being very irritable. And, I'd probably say, bipolar. Like, I feel like I can identify with a certain level of it. And just being unhealthy, and the way that I walked and the way that I talked and the way that I thought, just very unhealthiness came from the belief system that I learned from social media and from all these different shows and podcasts. And when I say shows, not television shows, but like different shows on YouTube and things that I saw. And I just, like I said, I always thought that, not always, but I started thinking like, to be a man is to always be able to take care of everything, and you're not supposed to fall, you're not supposed to stumble, you're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to get mad, and you're supposed to just be hardcore all the time. And I was conditioned to think that way, and I didn't have another male figure, another man older than me that has been through it, especially being a father. Like, I didn't have that, someone to pull me aside and check on my mental health. I didn't have anybody that has went through this experience that I was going through, and to break it down to me. So I just held it all in, to just try to go out into the world and put my best foot forward. And I thought that was the right thing to do. But when we do that, it all comes crashing down. Now, thankfully, I did not crash out. Thankfully, I did not, just go off the deep end and, just unalive myself. Thankfully that the women in my life, my family, introduced me to God at an early age and had me in the church and just had me, even though I was believing all of these lies that I was taught on social media, I still believed in God and I still believed in prayer. But I still wasn't letting it out to people that cared, And it wasn't that I didn't trust those people with my feelings. I just didn't trust myself. I knew that I could talk to my wife. I knew that I could talk to my mom, but I didn't want to talk to them because I didn't want them to view me as less than a man. I did not talk to them. I did not talk to them because I thought that they were going to spread my information to other people and go and talk about me to other people. I just felt like they'd view me as I'm not a man. I felt like my mom would be like, this isn't the son I raised into a man. What are you doing? I felt like my wife would just be like, I need a tougher man. I don't want to have to take care of you. I don't want you to be crying. I don't want a man that's going to be crying. I'm the woman. I'm supposed to be emotional and I'm supposed to cry and I'm supposed to yada, yada, yada. Like, that's how I felt. And terribly, I held so much things in. But when it comes out, it comes out. And, but like I said, thankfully I didn't crash and burn. But there were other people around this world, around this country, throughout this world, there are men out there that they kind of do feel like the same way that I felt. They don't have anyone to turn to, and they don't turn to anyone, and they do eventually succumb to depression and anxiety and stress, and they kill themselves. I want to say unalive. They unalive themselves, and they just don't get to that point of feeling safe. They don't allow themselves to feel safe. And, the only thing good I'd say that comes from depression or stress is that you care, but you care too much to the point it's excessive and it's unhealthy. Of course, as a man, or I would just say as an adult, of course, as an adult with a family, or it could just be you. You want to take care of your bills. You want to be able to have money in your savings account, and you want to be able to buy the things that you want or eventually save up to get it. You want to be able to get, you just want to feel secure with your life. And a lot of it is financial. And you want to be able to do different things. And the minute with us men, the minute that we can't do that is when we start feeling some type of way. And we obsess over it until the point where it gets unhealthy, and then we are, things really go left. Things really take a terrible turn for the worse, and we begin to have a down spiral. We have a down spiral, and before we know it, we are a shell of ourselves, when all we needed to do was to just talk to somebody, whether it be a family member or a pastor or a therapist, someone that we can trust. Because yes, we can pray to God, we can talk to God, we can read Bibles, we can read the scripture, we can memorize scriptures, we can go to church, we can listen to gospel songs, we can, there are so many different things that we can do religiously in as far as connecting with God. But when you go out into that everyday world and you have to go to work, you have to go into the grocery store, and you have to pay bills, and you have to do all of these different things with physical people around you that are going to see you and hear you and talk to you, and they're going to feel your energy, and they're going to be looking at you. And it's like, we have to find people that make us feel like home. We have to find people that will make us feel like home. So when you're praying, ask God to send you people to make you feel like home, or to allow you to feel like you're at home when you're around these people. They will make you feel safe. They will make you feel like you are heard, and you can trust them. You can trust them so much that you can cry in front of them and they will hold you. They will, just allow you to get everything out. And they will also give you advice. They will encourage you. Those are the people that you need in your life that are not going to run and tell your business. They are not going to judge you. They are not going to view you as anything. They are going to continue to have that same level of love and respect and care for you, even though you are going through a rough season, because we all go through it. The minute that I realized that, I became much better. Now, do I still have my days where I'm just having a bad day or having a bad couple of days? Yes. Do I have my moments? Yes. But I can definitely tell you I am not depressed, and I do not have anxiety, and I do not think about unaliving myself, and I still day to day try to remind myself, like, hey, it's no pressure. No man is perfect. You are doing the best that you can. As long as you're doing the best that you can do, and you are surrounding yourself with people and those people are giving you grace, and you're giving yourself grace, everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. But if you continue into down spiral and you're not reaching out to anybody, and you're continuing to be alone, and you're just sulking, it's not going to get better. And, then you choose to take a different route, and we have to identify the symptoms, just even spending more time at work than home and not wanting to interact with people. Having headaches, and because it can be physically too. It can, once you have depression, once you're so deep, it can affect you physically. You'll have headaches. You'll have all types of pain. You'll drink more. You'll smoke more. You become more violent and angry, and your energy level and your moods, and it's so much. Just feeling like you're restless, feeling like you're on the edge, and I say you definitely have to seek help, definitely, and know that you are not alone, even when you are going through something. To my men, even though you're going through something, please know you're not the only one. People around the world are going through something. There's people around the world that lost their jobs. They don't know what's going to happen next. There are people around the world that just lost their girlfriend, or just lost a family member, or you're not alone. We are not alone, and we have to find our home. We have to find our home in people. Please, and I will always encourage you to connect to God. Always have God in your heart. Have God in your heart. Have God in your heart. Know who God is. And then secondly, allow yourself to find some people that are home for you, so that you will have people to talk to. And I don't mean tell them just a little bit. Open up your heart to people that allow you to feel like they are your home. They are your safe haven. They are your safe space. Find those people. Ask God to direct those people your way, or allow you to see these people, come across these people, and know the feeling, and to recognize these people, so that you will know who they are, so you will have them, and so you can come to them, and just open up. And just open up to all, and that's to all my men. I want everybody to take care of their mental health, man, woman, child. But, as far as, this is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's already not being talked about a lot on social media. It's not being, a thing where it's It's all over. And a lot of people are aware of the month and aware of it and reaching out to their male friends, whether you're a female reaching out to your male friend or a male, reaching out to your guy friend, or you got a son or, brother, cousin, whatever. Reach out. And to the men that are listening to this, man, I've said this before to everybody, but I'll say it again to my men, if you're struggling, if you're feeling any type of way, man, you can inbox me. My DMs are open. I'm on social media, Jamal Butler. I'm on every platform, Jamal Butler. JEMAHL, Butler. That's JEMAHL, Butler. Jamal Butler on all social media platforms. Inbox me, man. We can talk. If you're feeling like you're on the edge, we can talk. If you feel like you are headed to being over the edge, talk to me. Shoot me a message, and I'm there. Because we all need somebody that's going to listen to us. And we all need somebody to vent to, and we all need someone that's going to help us steer our ship in the right direction. We got to be careful who we're around and what we digest as far as what we eat, but is what we think, what we read, what we say, because that determines how we feel and how we view ourselves. And if all of those things are out of whack, if all of those things are out of alignment, then hey, we're going to be out of alignment, and it's not going to be well. It's not going to go well for us, man. And I want all my men to know you are still strong. You are still powerful. You are still incredible. You are still a king. Even if you fall short of a goal sometimes, or even if it takes you longer to reach a goal, no matter how many times you have to try, if you lose a job, if you quote unquote fumble the bag, or your girl leaves you, if your girl cheats on you, you're still a man. Life is going to be life. Man, woman, or child. Life is going to be life. But just because life is lifing, that does not mean you don't deserve to wear your crown, king. All right? So continue to push forward. Continue to know that you are capable of great things regardless of your situation. Whether you are up right now, kudos. If you are down right now, if you are somewhere in between, keep going. Keep going. You are okay. And it's going to be okay. But don't be afraid to talk to God, and don't be afraid to open up to the people that love you. The people that truly love you, the people that truly care, they will not judge you. They will not look at you any differently. And if they do, you are around the wrong people. And get far away from them. And once you close that door, trust me, other doors will open for you. And you will meet your tribe. I promise you. Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Guys, we're stronger together. Come on now. We can't crash out. We got a life to live. We got to do this. All right? We're in it. And like I said, I got you. DMs are always open. I got you. All right? I'm about to get out of here. Enjoy your week. Stay blessed. Stay strong. Stay encouraged. Stay motivated. Love yourself a little extra this week. Love yourself. Change your mind frame. Change your heart posture. Like my boy says, change your heart posture. Reframe that mind. Talk to God. If you feel like you have to talk to someone, talk to me. Or reach out. Reach out to the people that you feel love you. Reach out to them. Reach out to your safe spaces, And I'm going to be gone from the 15th through the 20th. I will be going on a cruise with my wife, my bro, and his wife. So we'll be gone, like I said, from the 15th through the 20th. So I'm going to knock out this work week, and we're going to go out. We're going to have some fun. And, but yeah, man, I love you guys so much. So I will see you in 2 weeks. Not next week. I will see you in 2 weeks. Please enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. And remember, kings, you are still a king. Even if you got to adjust your crown 1,000,000 times. All right. I love you guys. Peace.